All right, let's check the feed. All right, Shalom, we should be live. All right, we in there. All right, Shalom. Shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. All right. Back at you with another live lesson through the Rakakwadash. All right. Title of this show is Oppenheimer, the Destroyer of Worlds and Nuclear Devastation, the Second Death. All right. And everything is spiritual. And I want to get into this because I had saw the pretty much the preview, if you will, the ad to this movie that's coming out in 2023, right? And we're gonna get into this thing because this guy, Julius, what's his name? Julius Robert Oppenheimer. He's basically the father of the atomic bomb. All right, and I thought it was pretty spiritual because out of all the times they could have made this movie, right? They decided to make this movie going into 2023, right? Because we are in a time of what? The second death, nuclear destruction, right? That button is about to be pushed and those ICBM nuclear missiles are going to be launched, which is going to bring the end of Esau's world, man. All right? So let's get into it. I'm going to play this clip. Now, if it echoes Salakia, you know what I'm saying? But Lord willing, those that are tuning in are still able to hear it. All right. And then we'll get into it. Okay. So this movie is coming out 7/21. Oppenheimer 7/21/23. Oppenheimer, it says the world forever changes. Right. Because what's heavy, okay, that second death, okay, that nuclear destruction is what's going to bring in a new heaven and a new earth, pursuing the Revelation, 21? Okay. So ultimately, the nuclear destruction has to happen. The nuclear devastation, the second death, it has to go down. Right? So let's play this clip.
Does choosing what to watch feel like a chore? Visit imdb.com/TV to learn more.
Dr. Oppenheimer, could you tell us what your thoughts are about what our atomic policy should be?
No, I can't do that.
All about Oppenheimer. Filmmaker Christopher Nolan writes and directs this 2023 biopic about the father of the atomic bomb, J. Robert Oppenheimer.
20 years too late.
Frequent collaborator Cillian Murphy stars as the titular theoretical physicist who designed the bombs that devastated Japan in 1945.
I'm not going back.
Nolan's Atomic Age cast includes Emily Blunt as Oppenheimer's wife, Catherine, and Matt Damon as Manhattan Project Director, Lieutenant General Leslie Groves.
And yet, here I am. Here we are.
Robert Downey Jr. plays ally turned enemy Lewis Strauss, and Florence Pugh is the Communist Party member who had an affair with Oppenheimer, Jean Tatlock.
I'm thick skinned.
Rami Malek, Josh Hartnett, and Benny Safdie round out Nolan's Mapleton cast.
What is something like that worth?
This is Nolan's second attempt at a biographical drama after his Howard Hughes project with Jim Carrey was scuttled when Martin Scorsese's The Aviator went into production first.
The most fine folks down there still call me Junior. You tell them it's Mr. Hughes now.
Based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning book American Prometheus by Kai Bird and Martin J. Sherwin, Oppenheimer is set to drop on July 21st, 2023.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
All right, so as you can see, and Salaki about the echoing, All right, Lord willing, you were able to hear it clearly, right? But it says to the right here on the screen, it says all about Oppenheimer. It says filmmaker Christopher Nolan writes and directs this 2023 biopic about the father of the atomic bomb, J. Robert Oppenheimer. All right, it says frequent collaborators Cillian Murphy stars as the tutelar theoretical physicist who designed the bombs that devastated Japan in 1945. It says Nolan's Atomic Age cast includes Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, blah, blah, blah. All right, so pretty much, all right, let's go to this. Okay, just a little information about this Edomite, because first off, all right, J. Robert Oppenheimer, he was a 48er. All right, he was an Amalekite. All right, I'm just gonna read a little bit, okay, of who this Edomite was. All right, straight to the point. But it says Oppenheimer was, okay, let's see if I can highlight it there. All right. It says Oppenheimer was the wartime head of the Los Alamos laboratory and is among those who are credited with being the, quote, father of the atomic bomb, you see, for their role in the Manhattan Project, the World War II undertaking that developed the first nuclear weapons. You see that? So he was a part of that. All right, the father of the atomic bomb and developing, and the part of the development of the first nuclear weapons. It says Oppenheimer was among those who observed the Trinity test in New Mexico, where the first atomic bomb was successfully detonated on July 16, 1945. He later remarked that the explosion brought to mind words from I can't even pronounce that, Salakia. Bhagavad Gita. It says, quote, now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. You see? And what's so heavy about that, as I said early on in the lesson, right? This same technology is going to be used to bring the end of Esau's world. Okay? Quote, now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. In August 1945, the weapons were used in the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? And that's pretty much the point that I wanted to read. Now, before I grab the scriptures, okay, a lot of those German scientists, all right, that came over to the Americas and over Russia, all right, I want to say after World War I, World War II, during that time, those were all Amalekites, man. Those were all 1948ers, man. All right, let's pull this article up real quick. All right. I just want to read this real quick and then I'll go to the other one. All right, but this is from news.stanford.edu. All right, it says Jewish immigrants who fled Nazi Germany revolutionized U.S. science and technology, Stanford economist says. It says U.S. patents increased by 31% in fields common among Jewish scientists who fled Nazi Germany for America and also Russia too. According to the Stanford economist Petra Moser, their innovative influence rippled outward generations as the immigrants attracted new researchers who then trained other up incomers. All right, so like I said, these destructive devils, all right, these so-called German scientists, which were all 1948ers, they were all Amalekites, man. All right, them Temanites, man. Okay, because remember, Teman is supposed to be the wise men of Esau, right? These scientists and whatnot, man. And so when Russia got a bulk of those scientists, right, and including America, those were all Amalekites, man. All right, these so-called German scientists. So anyway, reading this article real quick. It says the Jewish inventor of the atomic bomb, right? And who you see here, Oppenheimer, right? And what's his name? He was an Amalekite too. Einstein, right? They were both 48ers, right? So I'm gonna read a paragraph or two, right? But it says, with all the recent bluster about nuclear armament, it might be wise to check in with the inventor of the bomb itself, the Jewish American physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer. You see? All right. And it says Oppenheimer, born in 1904 in New York, to a wealthy textile importer and painter, both secular German Jewish immigrants, was proud of his invention to a point. The first director of the Los Alamos Laboratory in New Mexico, Oppenheimer's mission was to design and create the first atomic bomb. So that's what he did. You see that? And as it quoted, the destroyer of worlds, man. Right? So this is heavy, man. So that, like I said earlier, the timing of it all is perfect, man. Okay? This is all spiritual, man. The Lord has put it, Yahweh Shem Shai has put it on these directors to bring forth this movie in these times of nuclear devastation. Okay? We are at the brink of nuclear destruction. World War III is pretty much started right now, man. All these things, these proxy wars that's going on, is all going to lead to the destruction of Esau's empire, man. Right? So let's get this real quick. Get into the scriptures. All right? This is, okay, this is Isaiah, all right? This is Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16, okay? Because this is the prophecy here. Isaiah 54:16, it says, behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Going back to what? These nuclear scientists, man. Okay? These developers of the so-called atomic bomb, the nuclear bomb, this nuclear technology. All right, the Lord put it on the spirit of these devils, all right, to split the atom, okay, to bring these particles together to create this nuclear weaponry, man. All right, this is all through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai for his purpose, right? Isaiah 54:16, behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bringeth forth an instrument up for his work, right? This is, hey, these bombs, these missiles are an instrument of the Lord's work. Okay, that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. All right, and what did Oppenheimer say? He said that what? Let's go back to what he said. Right here. Let's highlight it. Salaki, let me see if I can highlight it. Right. He said what? Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. Come on, man. This is the spirit, man. Okay. The Lord put this, the Lord allowed these devils to obtain this type of research information, all right, to create this nuclear weaponry that we see today, man. Okay? And these missiles are going to do just that. The Lord said, he said, and I have created the waster to destroy, which is what? The ICBM nuclear missiles, man, which was first used, all right, in Japan. All right, those bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, 1945, man. Right? Going back to I always quote, I wish I'd have had the video pulled up, but it's on my precepts page. But there's a video that I put up with Putin, and he said he did an interview, and he was going into the fact of why there's a nuclear arms race, because pretty much when these nuclear missiles were created, right, the other nations didn't want to go out like Japan did, man. Right? So these other nations have been scrambling and developing their own nuclear systems to combat against America, man. Right? Because basically America had the technology, and that made them the big bad bully on the block. Right? But now in this time that we're living in a prophecy, all these nations have the technology. So the battlegrounds are even, man. You see that? But all of that's going to lead into the kingdom, man. It's going to. All right, so let's get this. All right, because we talked about how these missiles are the weapons of the Lord's indignation. All right, this is Isaiah 13, right? Start up a little bit. All right, this is Isaiah 13 and verse 4. And it reads, it says, the noise of the multitudes in the mountains like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together, and that's these nations, these world militaries gathered themselves together for war, for World War III, the War of Armageddon. All right, it says the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts mustereth the host to battle. All right, so the Lord is gathering up these troops that are all over the Middle East right now, that are all over there in Ukraine. All right, they're all over the world right now prepping for this final world's war, man. Okay, and this is happening as we speak. Isaiah 13:5, the point, it says they come from a far country. That's the missiles. From the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Okay? Oppenheimer said, I am the destroyer of worlds. All right? And remember, these damn Amalekites, these 48ers, man. All right? They're a very destructive people, man. Okay? So all of that, like the brother, me and the brother Itazawan was rapping, all the world's problems and chaos is going on around the planet is because of these damn devils, man. All right? Because of these 48ers. All right? They play a heavy role in that. Right? Let's get this too. Going into the technology. This is 13. All right, let me find the point. All right, this is Revelation chapter 13. Okay, and verse, where is it at? The 13. And we're going to start at verse 12. And it reads, Revelation chapter 13, verse 12. It says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, which is the Roman Empire, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay? Because now, you know, basically America, all right, the European Union, NATO is an extension of the Roman Empire. Okay? Verse 13, the point. Revelation 13 and verse 13, he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And these devils did that. All right, by the first use of that atomic bomb in Japan, 1945, man. Right? That's all part of Esau's blessing anyway. Right? His blessing was the sword. Okay? His military. All right, his nuclear capability, his technology. Right? All of his weaponry. You know, the drones, etc. Everything that he has is all part of his blessings, the sword. But the point, let's read that again, Revelation 13 and 13, and he doeth great wonders, and he maketh fire to come down from heaven, right? On earth in the sight of men. You see that? Verse 14, and deceiveth them that, all right, his nuclear technology, all right, his technology in general, right? Which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image of the beast, to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Right? Let me get that point. Going into his blessing real quick. All right, Revelation 6 and 4. Right? Okay. This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red. All right, that red horse, all right, represents Esau. Okay, and the horse also symbolizes power, right? And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. See that? And under the rule of this damn devil, all right, he's completely taken peace from out of the earth. Okay, like I said earlier, these devils, all right, these 48ers, and to be specific, are responsible for all the chaos and turmoil that's going on across the planet Earth. All right, if you think about it, right, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all right, you know, the heads of the World Economic Forum that are trying to bring in the New World Order, the Great Reset. All right, these are all 48ers, man. Okay, these are all small hats, man. Right? So they're responsible for taking peace from the earth. It says, and that they should kill one another And there was given unto him a great sword. You see that? And that's his blessing. Okay? This ultimately, this nuclear technology, man, going back to J. Robert Oppenheimer, man. Okay? This is all spiritual, that this movie is about to be released going into next year. All right? Because they were saying, I forgot, it was an article I was reading about, pretty much 2025 was supposed to be the year where really this thing takes off. You know what I'm saying? That nuclear destruction. Even though the scriptures say, you know, man doesn't know the time, but you know, this is just stuff that's out there, man. But we are drawing close. All right. The point I'm making is that we are drawing close. All right, to that total destruction. All right, of Esau's world, man. Let me make that point, man. Right. Everything is completely spiritual, man. Right? All right, let me get that real quick. Okay, this is straight to the point. 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world. Okay? And that proves once again that what? That the Edomite would be in rulership at the end of the world. In the last days, Esau would be ruling. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see that? So when that destruction comes, as I said, matter of fact, let's get the scripture on it. All right. All right. It all makes sense when the Spirit is working with you and you put it all together, man. New heaven, the new heaven and earth. All right. And how is that going to come? All right, after the destruction. Okay, the nuclear devastation is going to bring in the new heaven. Okay, Revelation 21 and verse 1, and it reads, it says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. And this is what John the Revelator saw in the vision. He saw the future. Okay, he saw the nuclear destruction. He saw the kingdom of heaven being ushered in, you know. Revelation 21:1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. You see that? And how is that going to happen? All right, the destruction. Okay? The nuclear destruction is going to rearrange the planet Earth, man. It's going to bring in a new heaven and a new earth. Okay? Like it tells you in, was it Isaiah? I believe it's Isaiah, is it? That the earth is going to rock to and fro like a drunkard, okay? And it talks about how the scriptures also talk about how the mountains and islands. All right, so that shows you, man, that that destruction is going to be terrible, man. All right, nothing that the world has ever seen or experienced, man. 2. It says, I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, which is the elect coming out of those chariots with those new spiritual bodies, right? Let's add some more onto the point. Isaiah 65. All right. About that new heaven and earth. Yep. 65 and 17, and it reads, it says, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered. This is what we've been telling our people, man. All right, as I was saying yesterday in my lesson, everything that you holding on to in this society is all vanity. All right, your career, all right, that bag that you think you got. All right, all your little worldly possessions, all of that shit is going to pass away, man. All right, and the Lord said the former should not be remembered nor come to mind, man. Okay, because that's what's going to bring in the kingdom. You see, verse 8. Glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and our people a joy. Verse 19. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem And the voice of weeping shall no more, Salaki, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying, man. All right, because hey, that's gonna be everlasting rest, everlasting peace, man. That's coming for Israel, man. Starting with the elect. Okay, let's get another one. You see? Show, just to show you that, like I said, everything is spiritual, man. They could have made this movie at any time, man. Right? But the time we're getting close. All right? We're getting to the very tip of the end of this thing, man. You know? All right, let's get that. Excuse me. All right, this is 2 Peter. Okay. New earth. We've seen this 3 times throughout the lesson of speaking about a new heaven and a new earth, man. Okay? Because what's going to come with that new heaven is new rulership, man. Okay? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. So right after, that's the kingdom of Israel, man. The house of David being set up. All right? Permanent, eternal rulership forever. Forever. 2 Peter 3 and 10. All right? That's why I push the button, man. Go ahead, speed this thing up. 2 Peter 3 and 10. All right? 2 Peter 3 and 10, it says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise." All right? The destruction. "And the elements shall melt with fervent heat." Okay? They've said that nuclear fire can get up to 1,000,000 degrees. It's gonna be melted on sight. Right? And you got these niggas, these vain celebrities and so-called rich men over here in America that got bunkers and stuff as if they're going to survive. Scriptures say that Babylon is going to be totally destroyed, man. All right? And the heavens shall pass fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. All right? The destroy, what did he say? He said, I am deaf and the destroyer of worlds. Okay? This is supposed to be the father of the atomic bomb. All right? The father of the nuclear technology, nuclear weaponry, right? So 11. "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness?" So right. So this is what we telling our people. We know that this is getting ready to happen. All the signs are there. The Lord has given us the tokens. He's showing us that this shit is about to take off. So how should we be conducting ourselves in these last days, man? All right? That's why we should be constantly in the spirit of repentance, man. All right? That we be found worthy to escape. Verse 12, "Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness." You see that? This has to happen in order to bring in a complete, so the destruction has to come. There's no stopping it. All right? You're going to be destroyed within the destruction. All right? You're going to be part of the sacrifice, as it tells you in Isaiah chapter 34. Okay? That there's going to be a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. All right? And in Basra, it said that there's going to be a sacrifice of the bullocks, the goats, the rams. Right? That's the people, man. That's going to aid in the fire. You people are going to be gasoline to the fire, man. Verse 14, it says, "Wherefore, beloved, seeing that you look for such things, be diligent that you may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless." That's the point, man. That's the very reason why we do the work. To be found accepted of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We want to be found blameless. All right. We want to be okay. We want to be taken up by the chariots before this goes down. Like it tells you, Isaiah 26, the Lord said, come up into my chambers, and to the indignation be overpassed. Right? Because we're going to be in those chariots for a period of time. All right. Until that nuclear fallout passes over the earth, till that radiation subsides, man. So we're going to be up there, man. And also the elect are going to have those front row seats to watch the destruction play out over the earth, right? So we want to be a part of that. We want to be the ones to gain the victory and watch this fucking place burn, right? Malachi 4, real quick. Malachi 4:1, it says, for behold, the day cometh. What day? The day of nuclear destruction. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Whoo! All the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And that day cometh, and that day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch, man. The Lord is about to completely devour Babylon and all you wicked people right along with it, man. All right? So you can continue to think that we making this up, that this is bullshit, that this is not going to happen. But hey, eventually you're going to have to experience it. All right? You're going to have to just see it to believe it, man. You see that? And that's why the Lord is putting the spirit on these devils. Let's get that too. Proverbs 21. All right, Proverbs 21:1. All right, the Lord's putting the spirits on these leaders, these world leaders, to enact World War III. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will, man. So the Lord is in full control, right? The Lord is using the angels, all right, to bring forth these things, all right, to eventually fulfill prophecy, man. This is what's happening. This, right? How could you see it otherwise, man? Right? Joel, let's get that real quick. All right. Joel 3:2. Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. All right. That's the salvation of Israel, starting with the elect. All right. In those days, in that time, speaking on these times we living in now. Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh judges. Right. My people and from my heritage Israel, whom they scattered among the nations and parted my land. So the Lord is doing this for his people, man, for the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. And he's going to gather Yahweh Shaphat, all right, out there in the Middle East, in the regions of Syria, Iran, Afghanistan, all right. Syria is where it's all going to go down, right? Okay. Same chapter, Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, all right, the heathen nations. Prepare war. Is not war being prepared right now? Look, man. War is all in the air right now. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hook into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong, man. You see, going back to what I said earlier, ultimately, these nations, they have the nuclear technology too. Okay? Joel 3:11. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, gather yourselves together round about thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's the angels, man. All right, the angels are putting in work. All right, the angels are manipulating different things to fulfill the prophecy. The end of Esau's world. Verse 12, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of God. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, as I said, man. That's where it's all going to go down. And the Lord is going to judge the heathen there. Sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Yeah. It's time for the angels to reap. The harvest is ripe. Every day is closer to that second death, that destruction. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, is near in the valley of decision, man. So this is what we're telling you, man. The prophecies are loud and clear, man. Right? Clear as day. It's plain, man. All right. Do I got any more scriptures? All right. Let's grab one more. All right. And I'll wrap it up. Let's grab, let's get that one in Joel 2. Speaking about those missiles. Real quick. I'm just going to go straight to the point. The terrible visitation. That's right, man. All right. It's Joel chapter 2, verse 9. Joel 2 and 9, they shall run to and fro in the city, upon the houses. They should enter in. They should enter in at the windows like a thief. All right, and that's going into the missiles. All right, because when those warheads and they go into the heavens, up in the firmament, and they come back down through those windows, warheads are going to hit, and they're equipped with that nuclear technology to hit their specific targets, man. So they're not going to miss, right? Verse 10, the earth shall quake before them, all right? The earth is going to rock to and fro like a drunkard. The heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining, man, because you're going to have that nuclear fallout, right? Joel 2 and 11. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall utter his voice before his army. What is his army? Those missiles, man. Because remember, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to be that the Lord is a consuming fire. His spirit is a consuming fire. His spirit is going to be in those missiles, man. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. You see that? All right, you talking about 200 million missiles, man. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is great and very terrible. Who can abide in it? That's what. Woe unto them that desire the day of the Lord. Because in reality, you really don't know what you're asking for. It's going to be terrible, very great, man. Who shall abide in it? Right? Verse 12. Turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting and with weeping and with mourning. Right? This is what we're telling our people. And if you don't, you're going to die a horrible death. You're going to get melted. It tells you that in Ezekiel 22. You can read that chapter. Ezekiel 22. Which is 2/3. And he was going to leave you in the furnace and melt you. Right? You're going to be left behind. Verse 13, and ring to the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai your power, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger and of great kindness, and repent of him of the evil, man. Man, you okay? Romans 13:11. Now it is a high time that you awake out of sleep, for our salvation is nearer than we believe, man. This shit is getting ready to go down, man. All right, in a way of this thing, it's like predictive programming. Okay, the spirit of the Lord the spirit of Yahweh Hollywood directors to bring this film out at this time for no reason, man. All right? You got to consider that, man. You know? But hey, man, I pray that this lesson was edifying, man. Just wanted to bring it out. It's going to J. Robert Oppenheimer. All right, the 48er, the small hats that was responsible. Bomb. All right, as you saw here in this article, the Jewish inventor of the atomic bomb. All right, everything is spiritual. This destruction is going to bring the end of Esau's world, and bring in Jacob's world, man. You know. So I pray that this lesson was edifying, man. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. All right, a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Hey, shalom.